Do you think that men can't get pregnant? Well, if you do and actually say that, in California, a new law might fine you $25,000. Coming up, I'll tell you about this bat blank crazy proposal and what we're doing to fight back. I'm Carl DeMaio, chairman of Reform California, and this is one of the most crazy bills I have ever had to cover on this podcast. And you know, we've covered a lot of crazy bills over the years. It is a proposal from a California Democrat legislator that would fine people $25,000 if they say that men can't get pregnant. I don't know about you, but I think it is absolutely scientifically proven that men cannot get pregnant, no matter how hard they may try. Look, Democrats and liberals are completely pursuing a radical, bizarre, just insane agenda where they say you can't define what a woman is, and where they say that men can get pregnant. You can't suggest a man can't get pregnant. It's just insane. And again, remember, liberals and the Democrats in California were the ones during COVID that were saying that they're science based, that they follow the science. Well, they're obviously not following the science here. So let me tell you about this bill and why it's so dangerous. This is Assembly Bill 2319, AB 2319. It's from bat blank crazy Democrat Assemblywoman Lori Wilson. There's a picture of her. Look at her right there. Yeah. I wouldn't trust her to run a taco cart, let alone legislate for millions of Californians. But it is a bill that would mandate that healthcare professionals in California be taught and be required to agree with the notion that men indeed can get pregnant. Quote, learn that men can get pregnant or face a $25,000 fine. So says California Democrat Assemblywoman Lori Wilson, and it's all pursuant to Assembly Bill 2319. She wants semi-annual state-sanctioned trainings for anyone who works in a hospital, a medical office, or birth center, so that they can, quote, undo their multiple layers of potential biases that pregnancy and childbirth are female experiences. So now you're biased if you hold the belief that only females can get pregnant and give birth to children. That makes you biased. That makes you a bad person. That makes you wrong. And obviously it makes you worthy of a $25,000 fine. This is insane. The training classes would be required of anyone involved in maternity care, hospital cleaning staff, doctors, nurses. Did they just say hospital cleaning staff? Why, yes, they did. Make sure that the person mopping the floor and cleaning the toilet knows men can get pregnant. This is just insane. This is part of a very radicalized agenda that is, it's trying to normalize insanity. It's trying to normalize that, you know, if you use the wrong pronoun, if you commonly say, well, only women can get pregnant, that somehow you've done something rotten and wrong, such that you should be punished, fined $25,000. This is absolutely insane. And I guarantee you, if they start with healthcare professionals, you know exactly where it's going to end up. Everybody would have to be required to participate in this program. We have a state that is absolutely ungovernable. We have a state with the highest cost of living. We have a state with a crime wave. We have a state where our schools are failing kids at a record level. We have a state that has a homeless crisis that is off the charts. And these blank hats in Sacramento are focusing on bills, imposing penalties if you're not out there teaching people that men can indeed get pregnant. At some point, when these ideas get out there, enough voters are going to say, this is crazy. And some bizarre lunatic, take a look at her. There she is. Yep. I wouldn't entrust her with a Girl Scout table. Like Lori Wilson. Even her own constituents are going to be turning around saying, like, you're going to fine people $25,000 if you don't force people to go through training and agree that men can get pregnant. This is the face of insanity. This is the face of extremism in our time. This person, Lori Wilson, is unfit for office because she's proposing absurd bills like Assembly Bill 2319. What are we doing to fight back? I always say, get every single politician to state yes or no on Assembly Bill 2319. I want to know, are you for or against? And if you say, well, I'm undecided, that means you're for. If you're undecided on this bill, you are unfit for office, just like Lori Wilson. I mean, these are the sorts of clarifying moments. Legislation like this, crazy bills like this, are an opportunity for the sane people out there like you and me to call the question. Are you for or against this crazy proposal? And then once we find out that they're either for or unwilling to go against by being so cowardly and saying that they're undecided, we go to the voters. And we're not going to take all of them out of office, but we'll take enough of them out of office if we, again, show this sort of extremism to the voters that matter. At Reform California, we are doing that work. Our voter guide is our most important tool, and it actually is impacting votes in elections. We're seeing voters get fed up and frustrated with the course of California. And on issues like this, these are clarifying issues that cause those voters to come in our direction. So check out the website, reformcalifornia.org. Contribute as much as you can because we are entirely driven and supported by grassroots contributors like yourself. This show, all of our voter guides, all of the work that we do, the candidates that we back, it requires that we fulfill this movement with your support. So chip in a contribution and make sure you sign up at that website to stay informed. A couple other things. Good news, a San Diego federal judge blocks the California law that bars more than one gun purchase per month. Again, the extremist legislation says that we should be fining people who don't want to believe that men can give birth to babies, while at the same time, law-abiding citizens with the Second Amendment right are told, well, you can't buy more than one thing a month, even though you're protected under the Constitution for exercising your rights as a Second Amendment. This is good news in the Second Amendment fight. This is U.S. District Judge William Hayes, and he ruled in favor of the Second Amendment. Big win for the Firearms Policy Coalition, as well as San Diego County gun owners. So I wanted to give a shout out for those freedom fighters for taking that issue to court. Are freeways racist? Men can get pregnant and inanimate objects are inherently racist. Yeah, apparently freeways are racist. That's why, of course, part of the climate change nonsense is that we get rid of freeways and everyone has to use either bikes or walk or, use inefficient, inaccessible transit systems, dangerous transit systems now. They are opposed to freeways because they say that freeways are racist. They split communities of color. I mean, everything is racism, right? These people are like a hammer. They see a world of nails. But now they want to spend millions of dollars undoing the damage. This is from the San Diego Union Tribune. It talks about a new Caltrans project to build overpasses over freeways, block after block after block, so that these communities of color that were split by freeways can somehow be united again. Again, I have never had anyone in these communities come to me and say, oh my gosh, the freeway is so racist. The only time they start talking about the freeway maybe being racist, and they don't, is when some liberal reporter on TV says freeways are racist, or a Democrat politician suggests it. And then people say, oh yeah, racism is bad. That must mean that the freeway is bad. Insanity, my friends, absolutely insane. But what they're proposing is they want to build parks over these freeways. I've actually seen a portion of these overpasses that they are modeling this project after in San Diego. It's not healthy. You're going to create a big overpass with a lot of smog underneath it. It's just not a good idea. It's going to waste a whole lot of money that should actually be going to improving freeways and expanding the capacity and reducing congestion. But they're putting in money for transit and road projects in the name of combating racism. Well, look, I'd love to see them fill a pothole if they thought it was going to combat racism, but I'm not sure that we're going to see a whole lot of potholes filled with this money. That's the insanity for today. Every day we give you the top stories in California and give you opportunities to spread the news as well as take a part of the fight to restore sanity in our state. Again, subscribe on reformcalifornia.org, contribute at reformcalifornia.org, and click that subscription and notification button for this video so that you can continue to get updates from our show. Till next time, Carl DeMaio, Chairman of Reform California. Help us break through the censorship of the liberal media. Like this video, subscribe to this channel, and smash that notification button so you can stay up to date on all the developments in California news and politics. Also, please visit the website, reformcalifornia.org, for ongoing news coverage and to join one of our campaigns in the fight to take back our state. If you can, please sign up as a volunteer or chip in a contribution. This episode of Reform California with Carl DeMaio, paid for by Carl DeMaio for State Assembly 2024.